Hi ladies, this is Cindy. I'm doing this video because the last couple swaps that I did, the girls that I swapped with were having a hard time finding vintage stuff. So I put together a kit out of my own personal stash. Some of the things are new, but most of the things are items that I've accumulated over the times that I've been doing vintage things, making vintage art. If you look at my videos, you'll see that's mostly everything I do is vintage. This kit is huge, and it's going to have everything you need to make vintage layouts, vintage minis, vintage art of any kind. What you won't see in this kit are a lot of fibers, a lot of primas, a lot of ribbons, and that type of thing, because you guys already have most of those things. So what you are going to find in this kit are vintage items that are not normally in the store most of the time. So I'm standing on the table so you can see a good view of everything. And really quickly, I'm going to get down and I'll go through each item. The entire kit is going to come gorgeously boxed in this gold keepsake box that's going to hold all of the goodies. And I did include a chipboard album, you know, one of the dollar ones. And I believe there are 16 of the King & Company McKenna papers here, 6x6. In case you did want to make a mini album, I did include those. But since this is an embellishment kit, mostly everything in here is going to be something to embellish. And I did include 2 Martha Stewart, eyelet lace cards in there. So the first thing we have are some of these sparklers, vintage flat back buttons that I got from Scott over at Blue Moon. They're gorgeous, really shiny. The next thing I have is my take on a Prima flower. This one has been stamped, glimmer misted, and it's really a pretty big flower. If you see my hand, you can see how big that is. The next thing we have are a matchbook case with a vintage lollipop looking flower, and inside are stick pins of all different kinds for you guys to do those stick pins like you see on Arlene's videos. That's all the craze now, so you can make those. We have leaves, crystals, triple pearls, rhinestones, oval pearls, pink hearts, round pearls, and little pink flowers. Down here we have a vintage wedding heart applique, Scrabble tiles that spell out love, a little gold locket, a gold bow, and a piece of broken vintage jewelry that I get from a really neat supplier. I get tons of broken vintage jewelry from her, and I just love it. You are going to get, the one ribbon that you will get is a yard of this beautiful rose ribbon. This stuff is really popular right now, and it's not too cheap, as you all know. I'm giving you a full yard of that. You're also going to get some of my glass tile charms that you can use. Excuse me, all you have to do is add a bail to them. This one says Cosmopolitan. This one is a little girl. And then there's 2 small of the tiles. These are white fired kiln glass, so they're crystal clear. You can back them with magnets, bails, or whatever, just using a little bit of your glossy accents or diamond glaze, whatever you have on hand. Next, you're going to get a couple of these mini paper bags. You're going to get a register card. Over here, you're going to get 2 mirrors. You're going to get a little silver sequin, 2 rhinestone blings, a glass bead crystal bling charm that I made. You're going to get a little bit of pink crepe paper. You're going to get a whole mess of vintage buttons. These are really pretty. It's kind of hard for me to part with these because I use them a lot. You're going to get 2 sheets of mini vintage looking sheet music, and the titles are Tell Me Spring and Spring Song, and it's got a little music note paper clip. You guys know about those. You are going to get 4 of these really neat photo corners. They fold over in a neat fashion. You'll see when you get them. You're going to get a gold tag, a little gold charm, another one of the lockets that can be worn as a necklace or used as a charm. You're going to get a little gold applique tin plate. I'm not sure what you call that. 2 rings, one in hammered metal and the other circular for charms. You're going to get 2 white satin bows. You're going to get lots of big bling. It's a big one. You've got some Maya Road flat ones and chunky ones, 2 little baby Maya Road ones, and a blue one. You're going to get some mini silk flowers, a little vintage teapot button, tiny little ones. Look how pretty that is. That is so vintage. I just love those. 2 clay calla lilies. You're going to get a set of 4 keys. These are the K & Company Ancestry.com keys. You're going to get 5 mini vintage images that you can either use in a book or make tags out of them, do whatever you're going to do. 2 are printed on photo paper, the other 2 are printed on cardstock to make them appear more matte. And here you're going to get these little brads. It's a door plate, tag. This one says family, this one says love, and 4 book corners and a key. Then you're going to get the music note paper clip that everybody knows of, a Tim Holtz nameplate. You're going to get a Tim Holtz stick pin. You're going to get a Tim Holtz hitch fastener, a 7 Gypsies doohickey, I forget what they call those. And this is really cool. This is, you can use this as a charm or put it flat. I think this is a Madame Delphine charm. And here you're going to get one of my little charms that I've made. It's on one of the white kiln-fired glass tiles. And it already has a bail hanging on it and a little teapot charm. So if you want, you could hang it from the string or put a chain on it. Next, you're going to get a set of my, like I showed you the vintage stick pins a minute ago. These are actual hat pins that I make. So it's important to know the difference. These are not stick pins. These are actual hat pin findings and cut glass beads that are used to make these. I get these from a supplier, and they're gorgeous. They just come out really pretty. You can actually wear them in your hair, put them in your minis, whatever you want to do with them. And they come on this gorgeous tag. Then we get 2 pink tulle bows. And here, these charms are also from one of my suppliers. And I just wanted to show you, I gave you this one in the center to show you what you can do with it. With some of these vintage images here, these little teeny ones. You just size it into the cabochon here, and then you can use either diamond glaze or you can use your crackle, not crackle, glossy accents. I couldn't think of it. So you're getting a whole packet of those vintage looking charms. This is a vintage brass fold over bail that you can use to hang something or actually a pendant. Trying to be quick here, we're getting low on time. You're getting a bunch of the shipping tags that you're already familiar with those. You are getting coffee dyed coffee filters, as well as tea-stained tea bags, a couple sheets of each of those. And now we're all done with that. I'm going to stop this video, and then we'll move on to the ephemera and the images.